All right, here we go.
Ready?
Ready? Oh, you start.
It's my start.
Well, shit, I didn't know.
We already agreed on this.
I know, but I saw it. I remembered, but I didn't.
Damn it, Alex.
Now entering Nerdist.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. This week, like every week, we are going to sit down, sip some booze, and spit some news.
Ooh.
I put a little bit of stank on it,
A little
as it were. It is a true honor every week.
I see Allison get annoyed by it now.
I'm like,
when she gets annoyed,
fucking Tom.
It is a true honor every week to be joined by the winner of the Academy Award
I remember that.
for audio podcast sidekicks, Tom Super Volcano Krajewski, Esquire,
It's good to be back.
Dude,
I'm
ACS.
alive.
speaking of awards,
Yeah.
my friend Rami won a fucking Emmy.
Oh my God, that's right.
That was awesome.
That was actually first off, it's been a very long time since I've actually watched the Emmys because I just sort of like didn't even know it was on.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Heather was gone. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I got nothing to do. I'm gonna
watch the Emmys,
watch the Emmys.
right?
So I literally soup to nuts watched the Emmys.
Wow, I didn't.
It's
I had a friend who was nominated.
Yeah, but that was a really cool moment when he won.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Rami Malek, who's the lead on Mr. Robot. He's been a dear friend of mine for a few years, and like, I mean, it's just so crazy. Like,
Actually, really good speech too.
yeah, when he got up there and he was like, "Are you seeing what I'm seeing?" Or tell me you see what I'm seeing, or
Tell
whatever
me
it
you
is.
See this?
I know it was genius. Yeah, but it's crazy because like, you know, we have so many friends in this business who are trying and doing it and being very successful. But this is the first one of my friends. I mean, you know, Chris Hardwick has won a couple Emmys for At Midnight, but these are people who have won creative Emmys. I've never had a friend who has won like a Best Actor or Best Actress Emmy. And watching this, I was like, holy shit, he did it.
Yeah,
He did it.
you're like, I know that guy.
But
What?
it's more like we struggle for so long, and he fucking did it.
Yeah, it is. It's very interesting. I think a lot of people don't realize. First off, I think people even look up to people like us about like, oh my God, you guys are successful, you've done it, and it's like,
Meaning
bro,
you and I?
yeah,
Oh,
and it's
right.
like, bro, this is not even like we're literally sitting in my garage,
Like, yes,
with a headset. Yes, there is a level of success, but at the end of the day, it's like we are all just working, and I mean, you know, awards are great and all, but really, we're just working hard to be able to get to a point where we can do what we love and make a living.
Right.
I mean, that's it. That's what it comes down to.
Yep.
And it's very, very, very rare that gets to happen for people. And it's very interesting to see. It's a little bit like Dan doing 10 Cloverfield Lane, right?
Dan Trachtenberg.
So my buddy Dan Trachtenberg, who I used to host the Totally Rad Show with many years ago. And by the way, I met when he was like 23.
Right.
I mean, like I've known this guy for a long time. And all of a sudden, and he was like work. I mean, there was not a single day that went by that he wasn't struggling to get that next directing gig and figure out how to make through. And all of a sudden, his first movie comes out, and it's like it wins the weekend.
I know.
Made like a couple $100 million plus dollars.
He directed an episode of Black Mirror, which is coming out in October.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I'm super excited for that.
Yeah. He first American director. I think I even said this in the show. But anyway, so it is great to see when it's like the system works.
It's great to see it happen to your friends because then you go, it's possible.
Yeah, exactly.
It's totally possible.
Yeah. Speaking of things I didn't know were possible.
Oh, I'm excited for this segue.
We are drinking our own beer.
We are.
Yes.
Okay.
And you're like, that's not as exciting as I thought. But I never thought I would brew my own beer.
I know. So weirdly enough, I'm like I had emailed my brother and his fiance a couple times over the week about stuff for their wedding, like random shit, and they didn't write back. And it's not uncommon for my brother to not write back, but for Stacy to not write back, I was like, what's going on? So I sent Stacy a text this morning, and I was like, hey, have you got my email? She's like, yeah, sorry, we're in San Diego dealing with wedding stuff because they live in New York, so I didn't realize they were out on the West Coast. And I was like, oh, and so I was like, totally no worries of just making sure you got them because it was just weird.
And they're getting married somewhere in San Diego?
They're getting married in San Diego.
Got it. Because I was like, why would
but
they
not
be
till
in San
April.
Diego?
Well, her family lives out there.
Right.
But I just didn't realize they were coming out this way. And they're chatting, or we're texting, and she goes, yeah, we're just like swamped with wedding stuff. She's like, we're actually at Stone Brewing right now, having a beer and getting prices because we might do our Sunday brunch, like the after wedding brunch here.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
great place for something like that.
What? And I called her and I was like, Stacy,
go to the bar.
that is where we brewed our beer. Yeah, I know, exactly.
Is it still for sale there?
That's what I said. I was like, go get our beer. And my brother gets on the phone. He's like, what's going on? We're in the middle of something, Allie. Come on. I'm like, Greg, get my beer.
You want to talk
He's
to
like,
me right
what's
now.
it called?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's called Super Popular at Beer. And he's like, okay, fine. And then I was like, and also,
Brother
let
sounds
me
like a
know.
dick.
My brother,
yeah,
my
you're
brother,
like, also,
my
shut
brother-
up. Put your wife on the phone.
Exactly. This is why I'm very happy he's getting married, so I can talk to her. My brother is just one of those people that if he's focusing on one thing, he does not want distractions.
Yeah.
He's
I get that.
He does not want to multitask. He wants to do the one thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't want people talking about anything else. So this was me talking about something else. So, but the other part of me was like, guys, you should have told me you were going because I now know the people who work there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jesus,
Right. So I called. I called up Mike, our buddy Mike, and I was like, "My brother's there now. If you can go find him."
That is amazing.
Yeah. So Stacy texted me back, and she said, "They're out. There is no more. There's no more Super Popular beer at Stone Brewing in San Diego."
God.
Yeah.
So the Pasadena kegs are the last of the vestibule.
Yeah. And I think I have one crowler in my fridge.
Oh my God! And then we're drinking what? Now I feel like we shouldn't have been drinking the one that we got. We should save it in some sort of time capsule.
No, because it won't
bury it in my
taste
garage.
good after a while.
No, that's
Bury it
true.
in your garage.
just
make sure you save the can.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
It does say things.
Yeah.
What? So it's interesting. You say that your brother has sort of like single-minded tunnel vision and gets frustrated when he gets pulled off. My big thing is I'm a band-aider.
Oh,
I want everything that I want to know how bad it is immediately. Yeah. I want all the pain right now. I don't want this like, well, I'll divvy it out over the day. It's like, no, tell me what the day is going to be.
Oh.
No matter how shitty it is, just give it to me all at once because I can take that calmly and then I don't have to worry about any other new shit.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly like, that's something that like I just know that about myself. I'm always like, because Heather will like every once in a while my wife will do things like she's like, can I have a big favor to ask you? And I'm like, just tell me what it is. And then she tells me, it's like, could you? It's the smallest thing in the world. And I'm like, why did you make that such a big deal? So I've just learned to like, nothing is going to be a big deal when she says I have a huge favor to ask.
Right.
It's like, can you walk outside and then walk back inside for a second? It's like, yes, I can do that. And that's not that big of a favor.
Yeah.
But I'm very much so, like, it used to be that when we would first date, she'd be like, oh, well, I don't know, this, that. And I was like, you just tell me exactly, like, just get it over with.
Right.
I'm not going to get mad. I don't give a shit. It's just, but I need to know, I want to know ASAP. The thing that irks me.
What?
Like, the thing that gets my goat.
What gets your goat?
Well, first off,
where's your goat?
If ever I get hurt, like, if ever I, like, hit myself, stub my toe, whatever. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to touch anybody. I don't want anybody touching me. I just need maybe 45 seconds.
Yep.
But before that, so that was something that Heather has now sort of been trained on.
Right. Don't go near you if you stub your toe.
Yeah,
Because
because I'm an
jerk.
asshole.
Yeah,
I'm an asshole. I'm just like, fuck everything. I'm an asshole.
Now I want to see you stub your toe.
But only for 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, but by the way,
Once
I'm only
the initial pain goes away.
Yeah, but I'm also only an asshole for somebody that like comes rushing up to me and puts their hands
Well,
on
I
me.
would do that if you hurt yourself.
Well, that's
Just to see
then
what
you'll see
happens.
it. Then
I
you'll see
wouldn't.
it.
I'd stay back. I'd be
Then
like,
you'll see it.
Hey, Alex,
I might bite my tongue
okay?
or something. Yeah.
you good?
I don't even want that. I don't even
All right,
want the
no.
okay.
right.
Just talk about
Leave
something
him
else.
alone.
Anyway, so
All right, good
great
to know.
game the other day.
Good to
And then
know.
I'll be like, hey, so how's everybody doing? But no, I really dislike it when my plans change.
I agree.
Oh, you're not
Especially
flexible.
last minute. I am flexible. I'm okay.
Really?
No. I'm okay doing whatever they change to. I just dislike it. So it makes me mad. When it makes me mad, it's hard. I just go like, fuck. That's not what I was planning on doing tonight.
Yeah.
That's not how I saw tonight going. So now I'm feeling frustrated that that's not a fact. And then after like 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, so now it's this. That's fine. But it took a while to be like,
I think my thing is I don't like things being inefficient.
Ooh,
so I don't care if plans change, but if plans change to something that is less efficient, that annoys me.
Interesting.
And also, I can't handle when people try to sugarcoat things for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if I'm doing something and it's annoying someone, I'd rather they just be like, can you stop tapping your foot? It's annoying me. I'd be like, oh yeah. But if someone's like, so I'm kind of there's like a sound that just, it just like rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah,
and, like,
right.
This is, and I'm sitting there going, why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Until we get to the point where I'm like it's like I have to figure out that you're telling me to stop tapping my foot.
Right,
just tell me to stop tapping my foot.
Yeah. I don't think you're an asshole for finding it annoying.
No.
I just want to know that I'm not annoying you.
I can't I can't handle it when people start like telling me something and I'm like just agreeing when like, oh, I get you, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, you're talking about me. Just fucking say it.
Yeah.
And then we're good. I think that's an East Coast thing, though. I think on the East Coast we're just more blunt.
Yeah. Yeah, I think out here
true.
that's a lot of like, oh, I feel bad saying that guy is annoying me.
Yeah.
And you're like,
That's why I moved out here. No one tells me they don't like me.
amazing.
All right.
not blunt.
Speaking of not liking Tom, let's read some emails.
Hey,
Whoa, look at that
what does that
segue.
even
Almost
mean?
coughed
I
up
don't
my
know.
beer on the microphone.
Well, first off,
The
we got
email's always like
an email back from Josh,
Ow.
the pilot,
Oh, right.
to find out what he does.
What do you do, Josh?
So
I'm a pilot.
he says, "Hey guys, listen to you read my email today on the show on the worst listened to episode.
Oh, right.
To answer your question about what I do, I'm an engineer for a software company in the Bay Area that
Oh.
makes it super easy for organizations to scale their data centers from a few servers to 1,000 servers." He goes into a little more detail. Basically, that's the same
I was
thing.
like, I already am lost. I don't know.
It's basically the same thing. He said, I live in Tehachapi,
That's a place.
which is 2-hour drive to get to LA and
Oh.
a 4-hour drive to get to most of my customers.
Whoa.
One day, I figured out that if I got a plane,
Yeah.
it
just
was a
got a plane.
20-minute flight to LA and an hour flight to any of my customers.
Wow.
So I decided to get my pilot's license because you only live once and why waste time driving, right?
I agree.
That takes way too much effort.
Yeah.
But that's awesome that he did it. I could
Yeah.
never. That's like leaving
I love
the
it.
house.
Go for it.
And then he says, hope you get around to finishing your pilot's license one day, Alex. I might. I
But
could see it
here's the
happening.
thing. But we already agreed to the fact that in the case of emergency, you could fly a plane.
Correct.
Yes. Which
Yes.
to me is really...
In the
I
case
don't
of the
think
zombie
you,
apocalypse,
Alex Albrecht, need your pilot license for anything else.
I would agree with that statement.
Right.
Also, because we're in Southern California, unless I was in some sort of cloudy atmosphere when the apocalypse happened,
You can't fly in clouds?
I mean, I can fly in clouds. It is the weirdest thing. Flying in clouds is literally the weirdest thing.
I don't think it's literally the weirdest thing.
It is.
I can imagine it
figuratively
being
one of the
yes.
weirdest things.
I can imagine
Well, maybe
it being
literally
very
one
weird.
of the weirdest things.
Okay, the one of I'll give you
Maybe
one of.
two-headed snakes and then
That's
flying in clouds. So as a video game guy, I go, well, plane. Psh, I fly planes all the time in all of the video games.
Just press
I got
A
this.
or X.
Yeah.
really bad at flying
Yeah.
planes in video games.
Right. Well,
I am totally the
you
person
might
who
actually
at
be
landing I just
good-
crashed into
You might
the
actually be
ground.
good flying an actual plane.
Really?
Because it's
Because your
not
life's
quite the same.
actually
Okay.
in danger.
Well,
yeah.
it's also not. Anyway, one of the things you have to do is you have to do a certain number of hours, what they call under the hood, quote unquote, which means you literally put these goggles. Literally, why am I saying that word
I
so
don't
much?
know.
You put these goggles on
Yeah.
that cuts out your vision outside the plane. So you can only. It's literally. Fuck me. And it's literally. Yeah, I'm going to take that literally. I literally want to remove that statement from my brain. So you put on these goggles that cut out all of your peripheral vision outside the windows, and you can only see the
dials.
dash.
The dash.
Yeah.
Got it.
Horse blinders for planes.
It is. And when I first did it, I was like, well, this is going to be easy because A, I'm watching the things while I'm flying.
Right.
So this is all sort of peripheral vision because it
Right.
doesn't really matter. And B, I play the fuck out of video games.
Right, where you're
I
not actually
understand-
flying, you're
Yeah.
just looking at dials or
I understand.
whatever.
Look, dial
Yeah.
go up, make it go down. Done. I
Great.
can do that all day.
Great.
It's crazy. I put the hood on, and all of a sudden I'm like, I'm flying, great. And then my instructor is like, why are we going left and down? And I was
No.
like, we're not going left and down. You're going left and down.
Your mom's
And
going left and down.
He literally would just literally. He would grab the steering wheel and just keep jerking it to the right because I was going down to the left, and
Oh,
it was like, why am I
wow.
doing this? I have no idea.
Wow.
And I was looking at
so
the
it's
controls.
like your sense of your equilibrium is just
Well, so
different.
your equilibrium is all fucked up because you're up in the plane anyway. So you have no concept of what there's no you don't really feel gravity and like where you're sort of
literally don't feel gravity.
You literally don't feel gravity.
I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true.
I mean, you feel gravity, but you just you just don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
So what? You were looking at the instruments, and they should have told you everything, right?
They did tell me everything, but then my brain was like, I think maybe to the left and down, and you're like, okay, brain,
Great.
Hey, it sounds like we're processing the visual inputs, and it's like, no, brain's just fucked.
You need to work on that in your VR.
Yeah, but so that's one of the things. That is a whole other layer of pilot's license training, is to be able to sort of pretend like you're not.
So this is
listening to
really
your
why
brain.
you did not finish your pilot's license.
No,
You just
that's the
didn't like
second
being
license.
under the hood.
No, that's the second license.
Oh, second license.
Yeah.
Oh.
The one that I was going to get is VFR, which is visual flight rules, which basically means you need to be able to see out the window in order to fly.
So we can't go to Seattle.
Right, I could not fly to Seattle.
No. All right.
And actually, I have a feeling
that's fine. The zombie apocalypse hits. We're gonna you'll fly us to Hawaii.
I'll fly us to Hawaii. Actually, I've thought about this a lot.
Okay.
And the answer is because I've flown in and out there. Catalina.
Catalina.
All
right.
It's an island.
Yeah, it is.
So
an island.
zombies, if it breaks out in the States, it's not going to make it out there because, as we all know, zombies don't swim.
I don't know.
Right.
Come on.
Wait, there is something in like World War Z where there's like in the book there are zombies like walking underwater.
Yeah, well, it also happens in the Robert. Well, no, not Robert. Romero. What's his name? The guy that George Romero's.
Yeah.
George Romero's.
Dawn.
No, it's not Dawn of the Dead.
Oh,
it's
Island of the Dead, isn't it?
No, it was it was Night of the Dead. No,
Sure.
not Night of the Living Dead. But
Got it.
Anyway,
We're not going to
whatever.
have this problem, guys. Don't worry about
The George Romero follow up to the Zack Snyder, James Gunn,
Right.
freaking epic
Dawn. That was their
Dawn of the Dead.
Okay, can I tell you?
Which is one of my favorite movies.
By the way, I've
good.
never actually seen Dawn of the Dead with the sound.
Oh, what?
But I've seen the entire movie because
Was it like on at parties or bars
yeah,
or stuff?
well, so it was like a lifetime ago when I was a bottle service girl at a nightclub. We had a Halloween party and they projected it on the wall just on repeat.
Oh,
so it
wow.
played like at least 3 or 4 times throughout the night and I watched the whole movie, but the sound wasn't on.
That's
and
amazing.
I've since seen the movie, like, it'll just be on the TV at a bar or something like that. I can tell you the entire fucking plot of that movie. I know exactly what happens. I've never heard a word of it.
Well, it's actually...
I've read the closed captions and all that kind of stuff.
Amazing.
How weird is that?
That is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Yeah, that to me
It's a great movie, though.
Oh, it's a great movie. And that
the
was...
dog, that always gets me.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and it was Zack Snyder. That was one of his first... I think it might have been his first feature.
The Jay Leno zombie?
Before
Jay
300.
Leno zombie, yeah. Yeah, they had that great sequence at the beginning where you're tracking a car and you think it's the...
Oh, yeah.
It's basically cuts from her driving to the overhead view of the car and you think it's the car. And then the... freaking ambulance comes out and just T-bones the car and you're like, oh my God. And
Did
then it's
not
like,
see that.
we were tracking a different car. I was like, this movie is going to be fucking
And
Yeah.
then they played the Johnny Cash song, which you wouldn't know.
Oh, yes,
Right?
I don't
It's
know.
Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah, right, yeah.
Which totally goes with the opening. It's great.
All right, we got any more emails? Emails. Emails. That was disgusting.
Sorry. Well, speaking of disgusting,
Speaking of disgusting.
here's just a quick one.
Oh, nuts.
It goes
Ugh.
into a story.
Okay.
It just says story for you from William.
Hi, William.
Well, Will.
Will?
Here's
Will.
another story for your ongoing documentation of the lead up to the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Headline.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
Naked man breaks into house, bites residents,
What?
then dies.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He said, I'm glad I live in Australia where it's safe. Now excuse me while I go and kill a bunch of snakes and spiders in my backyard.
That's funny.
What?
2 guesses, and the first one doesn't count. Where do you think this takes place?
Florida.
Florida. The hotbed of the zombie apocalypse starting in
Oh my god.
Florida.
Fucking Florida.
Broke in, bit them.
So like 4 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
in Ocala, Florida.
Escala?
Ocala, Ocala.
Yeah.
Escala.
Or Oscala.
Ocala, whatever.
Yeah.
Guy breaks into home,
Oh my gosh.
bites. There's 2 girls and a guy in the house.
Ooh.
Bites somebody, They then pin him down.
It doesn't say who.
I think he bit a lot of people.
What? Alex,
He allegedly, here we go, attacked 2 women and a man inside.
Yeah.
The victim says he was out of control, probably on
bath salts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they said they didn't know exactly what it was.
Flacca?
Did I make that up?
I don't know.
Flacca. Flacca, it's the new thing. Kids are doing it. It's great.
Right.
It's made out of duct tape and urine.
I feel like
So it's called Flacca.
Flacca.
Yeah. No, so I think he might have bit all of them.
Oh, dear.
Because it said that the victims defended themselves, were ultimately able to pin him down.
Okay.
And they held him down until the cops came.
Yeah.
The cops took him to
Yep.
the hospital, and then he died.
Oh, shit. And they
And
don't know how?
Nope.
Did they check the
Heart
bite
attack.
victims?
I don't know if it's zombie.
That's
if it's
what I'm
zombie
saying.
rabies, those bite victims might be completely
Yeah.
screwed. But as I was reading this article, I was like, Scala. I was like, this feels like it's Florida. Like I was like, even after reading the headline, I was like, this feels like a Florida.
Yeah.
And of course, it was the Orlando Sentinel.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Tom,
Okay.
what do you
I
want to tell
typed
us?
in
Tom's
the
got
word,
info.
I typed in the word Flacca because I thought I heard about this drug.
Okay.
The first thing that came up is Florida zombie drug Flacca. Everything you need to know.
Yeah.
So it is a zombie drug. He's
A
probably on.
zombie
Wait, but does-
drug.
Oh, I thought Florida zombie drug
No.
spelled out Flacca, which I was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, I
There's
made that up.
literally an
That's what I
acronym for Florida
my
zombie
gosh.
making drug.
Designer drug related to bath salts.
There you
See?
go.
Also known as gravel.
Gravel.
Which causes, I got to look this up. But yeah, okay. So
First
they
off,
could've been that.
designer drugs.
Designer drugs. It's like the
But I
Marc
mean-
Jacobs of drugs.
Except in a 7-Eleven. It's like if Marc Jacobs made pretzels at a 7-Eleven. These would be them.
Great.
But it's crazy that they do this. They get away because you know the whole concept of like why bath salts is even a thing, right?
I don't. What?
So the whole
I
concept
don't understand what
is-
you mean by this statement.
So the whole concept, the reason why bath salts is called bath salts is because it is sold in convenience stores
Oh, right.
as a bath salt.
Like an Epsom salt you
really?
soak in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the whole concept of, and this is where you get designer drugs, or some certain types of designer drugs. What they do is they go in and they find like the chemical makeup of meth or the
Okay.
chemical makeup of ecstasy. Mostly it's ecstasy or something
Right.
like that. And then what they do is, because the thing that's illegal is the actual chemical that is ecstasy. That is what the United States
Right.
government says. This is illegal. And there's
Okay.
literally like a chemical
So like
diagram.
the C12H23.
Exactly.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
Boom. That's illegal.
Got it.
Well, what these bad people have discovered is, well, I can go in and I can change one little itty bitty bit of this chemical makeup
Yep.
just to the left of C12. It's C11.
Right.
It will give a human being the same high.
Okay.
But it is not an illegal drug in the United States.
Got it. So-
yet.
Right.
So what they do
So like
is they
meth
sell
is
it.
one thing off from bath salts.
I think it's mostly ecstasy, but it could be
I don't
meth.
think bath salts are ecstasy.
Well, no. The reason why it's all fucked up is because it's not ecstasy.
Right.
It's some chemical that's created that has the same result as ecstasy, then gets sold not for consumption. So, like, if you see,
Right.
but you literally go to 7-Eleven. I fucking literally. if you go to 7-Eleven
Yeah.
or some like sketchy gas station,
Okay.
and you have those flavored or scented bath salts that are for sale that say not for human consumption.
Okay.
Those are all drugs.
Those are the ones you want.
Oh wow.
Those are all drugs.
Right.
Are the convenience stores aware that they're selling them,
I mean,
or is it just?
aware?
Is it like when you buy
It's
cold
not
medicine?
legal. I mean, it's
You
not
have to
illegal. No, it's not illegal. It's not. It on the package it says don't snort this.
Yeah.
Put it in your bath.
Man, I'm glad
Right.
I'm an
But if-
alcoholic.
but if
and
you
not
snort
a
it-
drug
snort
addict.
it.
You're gonna get high like you would if you were doing meth.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's when you hear people say bath salts. It
Yeah.
literally means
Bath
a type of
salts.
drug that is just a little bit. It's just left scientifically of the illegal drug and sold in convenience stores.
Wow.
And that's why the big problem is because kids can buy them.
Yeah.
It's just bath salt.
Yeah.
It's literally bath salt.
My
Wow.
mom used to use bath salts for her eczema, and so she'd soak in it.
Yeah.
Then she'd be a little crazy afterwards.
Did you watch?
maybe
Did you
soak
watch
into
The
her
Night of?
No.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Is that about?
I couldn't
My
get
mom?
into it.
John,
I
no.
tried
Well,
to
John
get through.
Turturro just has the worst eczema.
Oh, right, like all over
And
his
he goes
feet.
for like a million different treatments during it, and it like literally like becomes less a story about a person who may potentially have been accused of murder
And more a story about
and more a story about John Turturro's feet.
skin conditionings.
Yeah.
Did he do the Japanese baby fish eat your skin?
No.
What? Oh,
Maybe
that's
you
right.
should,
Yes,
like,
I did.
koi?
Yes.
Yeah, I so want to do that.
Yeah, I kind of want to do that too.
Where you go and you like put your feet in the little like
Yeah,
thing,
and
and the
the
fish
little
just
fish
eat the
eat the dead
because they
skin
eat
off
the
your
dead
skin.
skin.
Can we make that a field trip?
First off, they're Japanese, not Italian.
yeah.
You don't know the fish are
skin.
Japanese. They could import them.
It's koi.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's
You know koi.
And by the way,
Italian
it's not
last name.
koi. I
you
just
know
made it up.
koi are just regular goldfish just put in bigger ponds.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah.
That's science.
Like goldfish only grow to the size of the thing that they're contained in. So goldfish, because we keep them as pets in little tanks, they only stay, like a couple inches.
That actually
but if
makes
you put
sense
a
because-
goldfish in a big pond, it'll grow to the size of a koi.
And that actually makes sense because the state fish of California is the Garibaldi, as we all know, because
do?
we're Californians.
I'm
and
not.
we should know that
I'm
shit.
from New Jersey, but I can't tell you what the state fish of New Jersey is.
Well, by the way, there's the state fish of California. It's a Garibaldi.
What's a Garibaldi?
It's a giant fucking goldfish, is what it is, in the ocean, and they're
Does it
glorious.
eat Ghirardelli?
Yeah, actually, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder if no Garibaldi, because I remember there was a senator or a governor Garibaldi, Mike Garibaldi,
Okay.
and I was like, oh, it's so crazy.
He's like
His
named
name
after
is
the state fish.
the state fish.
Okay.
Oh
Anyway.
my gosh. I think we should do another story.
All right, how about we talk about a swarm of bees?
Okay. How about we?
Swarm of bees
Swarm.
follows car
Ooh.
for 2 days
What?
What?
Oh my God.
to rescue Queen trapped in the trunk.
No.
Wouldn't you go through the car wash to
Yeah.
get them rid of them?
Yes.
Wait.
No. You
Did
know
these
what you
people
do?
just drove for 2 days?
No, you know what you do? You call an exterminator company and go, why are there bees on my back? And they're like,
Yeah.
that's all right, we'll take care of it. Vacuum up all the bees,
Yeah.
send them out into the wilderness somewhere else. All of them show back up on her car.
Are you wait, you're serious? That's
Yeah,
what happened?
this is what happened. Yeah. They were like, what?
Wait,
There's a lot
their
of bees
way
in the car. So what they decided must have happened is that the queen
Yeah.
wheeled her way into the trunk,
Okay.
couldn't get back out.
Yeah.
And the entire swarm was like, well, we got to stay with the queen. I don't know where the fuck we're going. But we're staying with the queen. Like they were programmed.
My gosh.
They're programmed to chase
Yeah,
the
they like
queen.
follow pheromones or something,
Yeah.
right?
So this poor woman comes back, and here's a picture. There's like
What?
all...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like think if
It's
that
an
was
entire
your car.
trunk. It's like her entire back
Yeah.
hatchback of her car is covered in
Yeah.
bees.
And so I think this was like in Haverford, West Wales. That's a place.
Fucking whales. All
Fuck
right.
Classic
Wales.
England.
So
I'm
she
Welsh.
literally went fuck you in the literally. I'm trying my
Fuck
best.
you in the literally.
Fuck you in the literally is a great shirt.
There we go. One of our many shirts that'll never
yeah,
get made.
Yeah, the half hour happy hour. Fuck you in the literally.
Damn it.
I
kind of love
that. 20,000 bees cover
No.
her cars.
No.
20,000 bees.
No.
So she hires an exterminator to come out.
Okay.
They do the vacuum thing where they like calm the bees down, and
Yeah.
then they have like a bee vacuum that's
Yeah.
humane,
Yeah.
and
a
it doesn't
Dyson.
kill them. It just like,
They
yeah.
do that like
Stop
scented
bleeding.
thing or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Yes, it's all bath salts.
They
Spray
bath salt the
on them,
bees.
and then
They flocka the bees.
Yeah,
They
so it was a
flocka the
beekeeper.
flock of bees. What?
And then she said, the next day I realized that some of the bees had followed me home.
That's insane.
And the guy said, we think the queen had been attracted to something in the car, perhaps a food or something sweet.
Yeah, I don't think we even have to
Got through
make an excuse for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The queen got into her boot,
Yeah.
as the
boot?
her
As-
boot,
as the
as the
Brits
whales say.
As the UK people
As
say.
the UKIPs people say.
UKIPs.
UKIPs. So the queen's in her boot.
Yep.
The swarm goes, I think queen's in the boot.
Queens of the boot.
Let's
Oi.
go get to that queen there, mate.
They're not Australian.
Well,
They all
they're
sound the
Welsh.
same to
They all
us.
sound the
I
same.
don't
Come on.
Queens in the boot.
My favorite is when British people try to do the American accent.
And they're all like, hey, partner.
Yeah, well, it's either A, that,
Hey,
which is very
y'all.
nice,
Yeah.
or it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Where's
Super Valley girl.
Becky? And you're like, what? Who's
Oh
Becky?
my God.
We're not all
Look
named
at
Becky.
her butt.
So Becky. Anyway,
So the bees all came back. Did they get the queen out of the boot?
they got the queen out of the boot. Then they got the swarm off. I mean, that's a lot. 20,000 bees.
Ugh.
And then she was off to the races. But I love the
crazy.
idea that they came and they were like, oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we'll totally get rid of those bees. Brrr. Hey, look, no more bees. See ya.
Yeah.
And a day later, she comes out with her coffee and she's like, "Oh, the fucking bees are back."
How the fuck are the bees back?
They could have been new bees.
They could have been new bees, but even then,
They just-
why my
Yeah.
car?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Fucking
Man.
bees. It's the beepocalypse.
Spilled
The
jar.
bee-apocalypse.
It is the
Dude, the
beepocalypse.
bee-apocalypse would be fucking scary.
I'd be terrified.
I'd rather a zombie apocalypse than the bee-apocalypse.
You know what?
Those
It's funny.
EpiPens.
You're right. I think I remember when the Africanized bees were a thing.
Oh.
The killer bees. Remember?
Yeah.
That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had yet to meet one or many
You have yet to meet many Africanized bees.
Africanized killer bees.
Okay.
But I also feel like that was the most afraid of things I was as a kid.
That's interesting.
Or not even a kid, just as a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like in like the late 70s, real early 80s, which I think I missed a little bit of that,
Yeah.
was sort of like Russia's going to get you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I feel like then we had the whole
The Red
AIDS
Scare.
epidemic that was like, AIDS is going to get you.
Yeah.
And then we had the killer bees
And then
thing.
killer bees.
And I feel like of all of them, I was the most afraid of killer bees. Now, maybe because I was a white pasty nerd and AIDS was sort of like, meh,
Yeah.
I'm
You're
not-
like, I'm not getting
I'm
laid.
not getting laid.
Also, Russia's on the other side of the planet.
And Russia's on the other side of the planet, and they seem cool now.
Yeah.
They like what I like, which is like jean jackets.
Vodka.
Jean
Yeah,
jackets.
I've seen Gotcha. I know if I go to
Wow.
if I go to East Germany, I'll just have to do a paintball.
It's not Russia.
It's only one.
Yes.
It's only one
It's the
Germany
same
now.
communism.
It's one Germany now.
It is.
There's no East Germany.
I know, but in
Yeah. We were
with
old enough
Gotcha
to see the
movie,
wall fall.
we
Oh,
were.
isn't that crazy?
I had a piece of it.
You did?
Yeah, I have a
What do
piece
you
of
mean
it.
David
had?
Hasselhoff
Where
did
is
too.
it?
I mean, my folks had it. When I was a kid, it was like
Yeah.
in the house, but
Wow.
So they have it. I don't have it.
Your NASA dad got it.
My NASA dad got a piece of the rock.
Did you have to trade it
Did
to
you guys
Patrick
see-
Stewart to get his autograph?
By the way, we should have done this as a story. We will do this as a story.
It's happening right now, Alison.
It is happening right now. Did you guys see that China has covered up a large section of the Great Wall of China in concrete?
What?
I
There's this
read
whole-
something like this.
They apparently did it back in 2014, and just no one's noticed it till now. It's this huge stretch of the wall that was like really falling apart. It wasn't the part that you can go as a tourist and walk on or
Yeah, yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's like falling apart so much that their solution for fixing it was to just pour a
Dump
cover
cement.
of concrete on top of it instead of
boy.
actually trying to restore this 700-year-old wall.
Classic China.
If I cared about foreign countries, I'd say that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well,
I
the
don't
Great
care about
Wall of
anything but
China,
me.
isn't that one of the wonders of the world?
Yeah.
I think it's one of
believe
the 7 modern.
Seven modern wonders of the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
the pyramids are the only ones of the ancient.
Yeah.
7
then it
wonders of
wasn't
the
it
Hanging
world.
Gardens
Let's
of
see if we can
Babylon.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon,
Colossus.
Colossus
And,
of Rhodes,
Yeah. Pyramids.
pyramids,
Wall.
the Library of Alexandria,
Ooh.
Yeah. Wow.
right?
So the
now that
wall was-
very much might be just because I made that up because of Indiana
name.
Jones and the
Eiffel
Last
Tower.
Crusade.
I felt no.
No,
what?
come on,
Alex, just look it up.
come on in your face.
Look up what the
No,
7
I know it's
ancient
the,
wonders of the world because
Yeah, because the Colossal of Rhodes is the one that's like the guy who was standing with his 2 feet on the
Yeah.
entrance to the
Yeah.
city of Rhodes.
Grand
it's like Lord of the Rings. In the 2 towers,
Right.
they go through that place with the giant
Yeah.
dudes.
The giant
Yeah.
dudes. The
giant
Great
dudes.
Pyramids of Giza, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, the statue of Zeus at Olympia,
Oh,
the Temple of Artemis at
What?
Ephesus. Anyway, the mausoleum at. Why did you ask me to read this shit, guys? Colossus of Rhodes, Lighthouse of Alexandria, Lighthouse of Alexandria,
Not the library,
not the Library
you
of
moron.
Alexandria, which is from
fucking
Indiana Jones and the Last
moron.
Crusade.
Okay.
First off,
Well, look
all
up what the modern ones are.
Well, I'm sure there's 7 wonders of the modern.
Yeah, because I think the Great Wall is one of those.
The Christian Redeemer,
I don't know what
Rio
that
de
is.
Janeiro,
Oh,
Brazil.
that's the giant
Great Wall
Jesus.
of China.
There you go.
Machu Picchu, Peru,
Oh yeah,
which I want to. Petra, Jordan.
I don't know what that is.
The pyramids at Chichen Itza
Oh,
in the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico.
oh,
Which has a very I only know how to pronounce that because of Ancient Aliens.
Yeah. that's
Yucatan?
I love that show. No, Chichen Itza.
oh.
Chichen Itza.
funny.
Chichen Itza.
Yucatan.
The Roman Colosseum, Rome, Italy.
Oh,
And the
nice.
Taj Mahal.
Taj
The
Mahal.
Taj.
Agra, India, top. I don't know why it says top. That's weird.
Top. You mean because it means
Agra,
you can go back
India.
to the top of the page.
Top. No. It was like a list. It was just a text list. It wasn't a hyperlink. It wasn't an anchor.
Are you sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
You're
Positive.
looking at a Wikipedia page.
Top.
Top.
Agra, India, top.
Top.
Top is India for stop.
I have a feeling we
Agra, India.
I think we need
stop.
to end the episode now.
I think so too. Hey, guys, you have spent so much fun time with us.
Yeah,
we agree.
thank you to everyone who listened to this episode. Are we short? No, we're fine. It's a half hour. We're only
Boom.
supposed to be a half hour.
Half
I
hour.
want to spend more time with you guys. But let's finish the episode.
Aw.
I want to
So I can
go
go
where the
drinking.
people are. Anyway,
I have a friend who hates people, and there's a
Except
great
for you,
there's a great
apparently?
aerial.
I was like, can it be a friend?
No,
If they hate
it's not,
people?
I don't hate people.
No, but I mean, can
Oh.
they be your friend?
I
if
mean,
they
I'm
hate
one of the few people that they like.
I got it.
But there's like, a Little Mermaid Ariel meme. It's like her on the rock, and it's like, I want to be where the people aren't.
Amazing.
I sent it to her, and she was like, you know me so well.
And she was like, stop emailing me.
Yeah. We're not friends, Allison.
You know me so well. Please stop stalking
We're
me.
not fucking friends. Hey, everyone. If you liked what you heard on this week's episode,
And you
email
did.
us. Whoa, that was a threat.
Whoa.
And you
You
did.
know what? If you didn't, if you
Some
didn't,
drinks.
if you didn't like what you heard on this week's episode, email us. Just shoot us an email.
Yeah. Say, hey guys, you suck.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe don't
best
say
of
that.
luck.
I don't want to get those emails.
Hey guys, you suck. Anyway, best of luck. Signed,
Friend.
friend.
Person who hates people. Yeah.
Person who hates people. Send us an email at halfhourhappyhourfans@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, halfhourhappyhr. Please subscribe to us, rate us, comment on us on iTunes and Stitcher and not on Stitcher.
No. Stitcher. I
yes,
just
on
figured
Stitcher.
you were going to say.
Oh, you
We've
shook
been
your head at
trying
me.
so hard to get on the Google Play. I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah. How do we get on the Google?
I don't know. We've been talking to all the people.
I want to get on the Virgin America podcast list.
That's a thing?
Yeah, I told you about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's other Nerdist podcasts
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Hey,
We'll
people
talk to
out there, if you have power in the podcast world, let us know how we get on this
Power
shit.
to the podcast, people.
What? Anyway, that's it for this week's episode of the Half Hour Happy Hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. With us this week has been the man, the myth, the legend, Tom Super Volcano Krajewski.
Are you telling us to speed up or to
Yeah.
slow down?
I think he's trying to be
Speed
like,
up.
get past me.
Why?
Because it bothers you every
No.
week.
Yeah,
Oh.
it bothers me every week, Tom.
I know it does.
Because this is not your fucking podcast.
You guys don't like
it's
people.
mine and Alex's podcast.
You guys need to start
And
people loving.
We just allow you to sit in the garage with us.
I know,
People
thank you. I'm
love
very
each other.
honored.
I'm kidding, Tom. I love you.
I love everybody.
We love everybody. Have a good night / weekend / day.
Goodbye.
Now leaving Nerdist.com.